Day today, and as I film this, I couldn't let Hobbit Day go by without showcasing some of the amazing Hobbit themed experiences you can have on your New Zealand tour. You can actually tour the Shire at the Hobbiton movie set in Matamata, and even have a drink at the Green Dragon at the conclusion of your tour. Check out the incredible glamping accommodation located in rural Waikato, Underhill Valley. How cool is that? I'll put links in the description for these amazing stops for you on your New Zealand tour. Happy Hobbit Day, everyone. And continuing with the Hobbit Day theme, here is this week's crafty gem. My friend in Australia made it for a wild blue-tongued lizard to hide in. If you'd like to know how it was made, feel free to leave a comment. Good morning. I think Macy's even wanting just to come and say hello. She's up there somewhere. She's wanting to poke her head out that window. I have guests arriving tomorrow, so I have to go to the supermarket. I have to get a Deer Cottage ready. I find it all very exciting, looking forward to having some guests arrive. I've actually got a chiropractor appointment this morning, so after that I'll nip off into the supermarket and I will take you along on this little getting ready for a guest journey as well. Right, we're off to the chiropractor and food shopping for my guests that are arriving tomorrow. Come on, Macy, come on. Off you go. Good girl. Let's put you in there. Good girl. Good girl. See you, Macy. I finished at the chiropractor. I was driving off to the supermarket, one of my least favourite jobs. It just seems to be a bit of a grind, but it all has to be done, and so I was easily detoured to go off to my favourite aquarium shop, Reef Aquaria, and see my mate Jungle there and have a look at everything that he has in store. Oh my gosh, he's got some beautiful fish and he's got some beautiful corals. I just love talking to him. But unfortunately, the consequence of that was when I came out, it started raining. So now that I go to the supermarket, I have to battle the weather. But I'm going with joy in my heart because I've been to see my mate Jungle at Reef Aquaria. And this isn't a paid advertisement either. It's one of my favourite places to go. I always provide New Zealand butter because, like our honey, I think our dairy products are really, really great, and everybody seems to like Kiwi butter. I quite like to add the personal touch. I'm just going to put my gloves on. In the old days, my mum, when she used to do the baking, she'd use this paper around the butter to put underneath on the tins so it doesn't stick. I've got a couple of guests coming for 3 days. Not everybody likes butter, so I also provide olive oil, and I do provide New Zealand honey as well as jam and farm fresh eggs. These are the farm fresh eggs that I've already put in a bowl ready to put into a Deer Cottage's fridge. I try to get a Deer Cottage ready, other than the final touches, the day beforehand, because obviously there's things that I like to do, like I like to make sure the spa pool's ready or the swimming pool's ready, depending on what season it is. I like to get the outdoor bath area ready. I've cut up quite a few butter pieces and just cut some baking paper off. I just wrap the greaseproof paper around the piece of butter. I cut it off, I tuck it in at the bottom, and then I just pinch it at the top, and then I stand it up. I've got lots of little crystal and glass bowls and things like that, all done and dusted, so I think that looks pretty nice. So we will put that into the fridge. Tomorrow I will come through and I will put out the outdoor furniture for the courtyard and do all the final little touches. For instance, our guests that are coming tomorrow would like 2 pizzas, so I get them all ready tomorrow. I've put the fruit out this morning because it's just nice to have them sitting here ready to go. My homemade cereal is sitting in the container ready to go. I have a fridge full of goodies. In the bathroom, the little touches that I put in, you can see my little logo. The towels, I come in and turn the heated towel on, and I have some homemade soap all ready to go, which I make with essential oils, and I have my dressing gowns with my homemade logo. I put some little chocolates on bed. I probably won't put out the cushions that I've made for the courtyard because I don't think the weather forecast is that fantastic. This is the view out of the other bedroom. Got a camellia there and a mosaic table that I mosaic. That was my grandmother's big old concrete table. And I have lots of little deers in here. A few years ago, my youngest daughter gave me these gorgeous little coffee cups for Christmas. So they, I think, look gorgeous in a deer cottage. And this one is Meredith. And Meredith is on my website, the little chat bot that I have. And I have another little deer poked up into the corner there. I've got little personalised cross stitches that were given to me from a very, very dear friend. And so just a little artwork that we have up there. This is just one bed set up, ready to go. Another very good friend of mine, very clever. I'm hoping you're going to meet him in my YouTube journey. His name's Graham. He made me the saw. Look at them, look at that little deer. Very clever man. He's a local guy and he delivers our local water. My friends obviously know I like deer because another friend of mine gave me this for her birthday. And this clock here, I've made it an outdoor clock. I put some plastic laminate on it, and I also put some laminate on the back where the battery is so I can take it on and off. So I've always thought it was pretty cool having an outdoor clock. I love this woolen crochet blanket. I picked that up as well. Isn't it gorgeous? Beautiful 100% New Zealand wool, as is the rug on the floor. I'm not sure if that's New Zealand wool, but it's definitely 100% wool. I like all the raw natural materials. This deer skin I did myself off one of the deers at one of the hunters around here. Well, my dear friend actually. He gave me the pelt and I cured it. My grandfather, when I was a kid, taught me how to do rabbit skins with baking soda and whatnot. Very good friend of mine who's passed away. I used to work with at the garden centre many moons ago when I was about 18. She painted these hand paintings for me from the South Island. And this is the view out of this bedroom, my favourite line of trees. And in summer it's great to open up these little French doors out onto the little courtyard. Yeah, so tomorrow I will come and do all the final touches, put the flowers out, put the chocolates out, put the heated towel rail on, put the heater on timer, freshen the rooms up and get ready for my guests to arrive. Hopefully the weather will get better. Good morning. Today it looks like it's a beautiful day and my guests are arriving later on today, and I'm really glad that it is such a beautiful day because I can put out the outdoor furniture into the courtyard. So I have it all sort of sitting there. underneath the cover because we do get wet and windy weather here sometimes, so it's better to put these tables and things out if the weather's fine. Normally I mow the lawns before the guests come, and I did do that the beginning of the week, I think it was. They are pretty wet and boggy, so I'd probably just make more of a mess. And I try to line up the mat to the line of the door, which looks a bit better. Macy's coming to have a look. It's nice to be welcomed, isn't it? We keep Macy in with us on the other side. Not everybody likes dogs, and we totally understand that. I noticed that the outdoor bath is looking a bit grubby because we have not really had very conducive weather for having an outdoor bath. It's pretty hard to get a outdoor bath too clean because, well, get it really, really clean because it's an outdoor bath and it's subjected to all the outdoor elements, and it did actually originate off the farm. So it was a farm bath that used to provide the water for the animals on the farm. Fish for the day. Hello fish. Hello fish. Okay, I'm making up a mixture of bicarbonate soda, and I might just add some more bicarbonate soda to it to make it a little bit more of a paste. And then I'm just going to go down to the bath. Okay, down we go to the bath. It's so lovely to see the sun, and it's actually very mild too, not too cold. Macy is itching to get through here. I think that bath looks better than what it did with the sunlight and everything. It will help with the baking soda. So I've had a good scrub of it and cleaning it up. I've put out the lantern and I've put out the little decorative lights. I've also put out the gas cylinder, the camping cylinder that you use to get the hot water. This is my shed that I keep everything, the cushions, the candles and whatnot. I call it the dunny house. My husband calls it the reading room. I have also put out some flowers. I had a bit of a clean out of the bath and put some baking soda over that as well, and I'll put the cushions and things out tomorrow. The plant behind it needs a bit of a trim back as well, but I think it's all right at the moment because I'll wait till it finishes flowering and then I'll just cut it all back. I use the cushions on the chairs because they also look like they've had a good winter. I've got this gorgeous little rake that I was given. I don't know how many other people call equipment gorgeous, but look at it. It's had a good life. I'm going to rake up over the stones and then I'm going to broom up the pathway. These steps I fixed up a few months ago. The treads were too wide, so I added some extra steps. I had the railway sleepers there. The steps used to finish where the handrail finished, well, other than the railway sleeper ones, the big ones. I put some H4 wood and my husband and I whacked those in, and so it's made the tread much easier, and then I filled it with gap 10. This is where we walk into a deer cottage, and that's where we go down to the outdoor bath area. So what I do is I sweep all these pathways, and in winter the little mosaics that I've set in this pathway, if you have a look at the pathways we go up, see my mosaics that I put in get quite slippery. I made them before we even built this house, probably about 15-20 years ago, and I thought I'd bring them with me, but they're actually quite slippery. It's nice to have a plane out there today. We've got quite close to our place skydiving. This is my sign that needs some maintenance as well. I just did a quick fix up of it the other day. I'm going to have to repaint it. So we put these handrails in to stop people slipping, and I will paint those posts at some stage so you can see where the chickens have knocked up all this mulch. Come on, Macy. It's a constant. They dig it up, I put it over, and so that's why when I cut the chicken wings the other day I thought, great, but they're getting out somehow, aren't they? I mean, less than a week ago I chopped the wings, one wing this time, and I can hear them, they're up there, and they've been digging this mulch out. Okay, so I have swept the path. I've constantly got things in my hands like brooms, weeds. Constantly I'm picking up weeds as I go. And I was just thinking about it, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, what is challenging as you get older? Well, there's a few things. My eyesight is for one. I can see in the distance and I can see these flowers, but close up, oh my gosh, it's a pain in the neck. So I have to put my glasses on to look at anything, to put the video thing on my phone, to do anything. That's why I keep losing glasses in the garden. Rightio, so I'm back in the kitchen. I have got to put in the rosemary out of my garden, which might be nice for the pizza, so I'll put those in a glass, and some limes off my lime tree, and I'm going to go and get some parsley. Oh no, I think those chickens have been back. Yes, they have. They've been back on this path. I don't know if you can see down here. I'll just get some of this parsley. Oh, hello. Hello, have you got any eggs in there for me today? Can you move, please? Come on. I can see eggs. Eggs, eggs, eggs. So what I might do is I might just shut the door behind me and grab them. Oh, shoot. See, that's what happens when you've got your arms full of stuff. I've just dropped 2 eggs. I think one of them is definitely broken. There you go, Massey's having the egg. I've got some parsley out of my garden and some rosemary out of the garden. This is going to be my vase that I'm going to put some flowers in. I'll clean up the welcome little thing. My son gave me that vase one day with some flowers in for Mother's Day. Some limes out of the garden. There's a broken egg. I've got some eggs, some more eggs. I'm going to write on the eggs today's date. That's a pizza board, so I'm going to put that in a deer cottage, and I'll give these 3 new eggs into the egg collection in a deer cottage for the guests. So I've gone and got some spring flowers out of the garden. These daffodils, I just love them. I'm just going to cut the ends of these, and it's actually good with flowers that you cut the ends off, I believe, on an angle. And also it's quite good to put like a teaspoon of sugar in the water because that keeps them fresh. So I'm quite happy with that. Looks quite nice. I'll go and put that in the deer cottage. I've got my instruction manuals there. I've got some little brochures and whatnot. I've got some earplugs in case country lifestyle is too noisy. Fridge full of goodies, pizzas, eggs. Next week we have the kidney ginger compress retreat at a deer cottage, and I'm really looking forward to that. If you've enjoyed watching what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. See you all next week. I hope you all have a great week.